You may already be aware of the fact that City recently announced that they're going to redevelop the area known as City Square and expand it and do potentially an enclosed area hotel here. And they built this, which is in City Square ironically, which is a display of all the proposals and to ask for feedback from fans, which I think is quite interesting. There's a box here, you know, at the beginning if you want to fill a form in and you want to give your opinions on it, then that's how you do it. So I thought I'd start the vlog here for the Leipzig game in this little box. I'm sure it'll get a lot busier later on. I'm here quite early, but yeah, it's nice to see, just as they did with the club badge, that the club want feedback from the supporters on their plans. So you've just been looking at all this display, what do you make of it?
Yeah, it looks interesting. It's not only like expanding the stadium, like the hotel and the club shop and the rest of it, and what they're doing for the community as well. So that all seems to fit into a wider picture, which looks quite good.
And it's nice that the club want feedback from fans, isn't it?
Yeah, it's nice, like they're asking and trying to engage everybody in the process rather than just saying this is what we're going to do and this is how it's going to be. And seem to be listening to everyone, which is a good thing. And I think someone said they've been involved in the local residents as well, which is obviously a positive thing.
And you're stood right in front of where the parking scheme will be. That's something that's occurred to me with the new arena being built as well, and then the expansion of this. You come from further afield, so is that something that would concern you?
Oh, well, I usually use I can pay for the car park, or I can get a train. There's train links and things in, so it's not too much of a problem. It'd probably make it better for the residents not to have the roads congested so much. So
fingers crossed.
Yeah.
City going to win tonight?
Of course they are.
What about now? What about City against Leipzig? Champions League, last 16, second leg, and all square. You played in plenty of European games, Pete. How big are European games?
They're great, different again when you're playing in the evening and the lights are on. It's a great atmosphere. Remember the old days at Main Road, we were playing Juventus and AC Milan and Stade Liège, all them great sides, Mönchengladbach. Great, it's a different atmosphere altogether when you're playing in the Champions League. And the players will be up for it tonight. You know, it's got to be. Nice wet pitch tonight, slippy. And, you know, I'm hoping we do it against a good side, Leipzig, a good side, but we should always try and win our home games and get in the next round.
They were great when you played them. I love those European games. But now we go into these games expecting to win, don't we?
I know. The nights at Main Road, you know, the lights and the kipaks and the noise they made. They're great evenings in Europe. Remember it now. Something special about European games. Yeah, and they go into these games like a league game, but they are special. And tonight should be special. And, you know, we've got to do it today and go all the way to... it's Dennis. Go all the way to... Istanbul, Turkey, here we come.
The rewards are greater, aren't they? You know, it's a real global tournament, and when you do well in the Champions League, you're known globally, and I think that's what we're all about now. We want to be competing across the globe.
Do you think City can win it this year?
Well, I can, but I mean, I'm surprised because Leipzig have had a decent run in the last few games, so I'm a bit anxious about tonight's game. You know, no, apparently Werner's not playing, for what reason I don't know. But let's see what sort of team Pep picks tonight, because he didn't start with Kevin on the weekend. So interesting to see if he was keeping him for this game. I don't know.
I was at Pep's press conference yesterday, and the press were asking him questions about will he be judged on what he does in the Champions League, and I don't know if he was being sarcastic, but he said, yes, I will be judged on that. Is that fair? Because he's done such good stuff for City, isn't
Yeah, I think it was a tongue-in-cheek answer. When I looked at him, he did have a little smirk on his face when he said that, but I think he wants to be competing against the best in the world, as we do, as a football club.
So you're obviously a broadcaster. Where are you from?
I'm from Holland, from RTL7. We're the host broadcaster for RTL for Holland for the Champions League.
In this country, we think City are favourites to win this competition. What do you think?
I don't think so. Not the favourites. I think they stand a good chance of winning it, but it's been difficult for the last years, and they're not in the best of shape yet. But it depends maybe also on the draw. But I think they will come far, but I don't think they're going to win it.
Who are the favourites then?
I think Bayern Munich maybe, and maybe even Napoli, because they are playing the best football in the moment. But I wonder if they'll be able to stand until the end.
4-1, Phil Foden masterclass.
So again, you're very confident, aren't you?
Foden's been on form recently. Obviously, I reckon Jack Grealish will get in there a bit after getting a player of the month. But good 4-1 for the Blues, get him into the quarters.
I've just spoke to a Dutch
Hope they get to
journalist.
Istanbul.
Well, I've just spoke to a Dutch journalist who says City aren't favourites. Bayern Munich or Napoli, maybe.
We heard that in the City shop.
Yeah, we
said-
heard that
they said
before.
Napoli.
We heard that in one of the City shops. Also, we've asked a couple of people as well what they think, and they're saying City aren't going to win the Champions League. But I think since we've had, there's a couple of TikTokers over there that have said it as well. But I think the way that we've been going in the Champions League at the moment, I think Pep is now favouring the Champions League more than the Premier League. So I think we actually do have a good chance of winning the Champions League.
If we get to Istanbul, Pep won't want to lose another Champions League final. He's lost it before, he can't afford to lose another one. But we brought him here to win it, so his only job's to win it.
I think today we'll win 4-1.
Very confident then.
I'm very confident. I think they're missing a couple of players, which is going to help us. But I think today we're going to absolutely go at them today. And I think this will be the best performance we've had probably in a little while here, because I don't think we've been hitting all the top marks. But I think today we'll be going for this today. I really do.
Their main striker's missing, isn't he?
Their main striker's missing. I know Werner's playing, but I think we'll be having a go today, a real go today. I think we'll be there today.
Well, Haaland. To sum it up in one word, even without the goals he scored, his movement's been phenomenal, and they've utilised. There's been space in behind Leipzig. Leipzig have played in all the wrong areas, but you've got to take your chances when they come. And we forced the goalkeeper into so many errors in possession. The first goal comes from a corner where he's kicked it out of play. The second goal is pressure on him. Again from Haaland, and terrific first half. Let's hope it carries on.
Could you stop him?
I could stop him, yeah. Not a problem.
Oh, absolutely fantastic. Great goals. Haaland, he got the balls through to him.
You don't see many games where a player scores 5, do you?
Sorry, say again?
You don't see many games where a player scores 5.
No, but unbelievable. He's a class player. Absolutely class, so fantastic.
You think City are going to go on and win this trophy?
I think it's going to be tricky. There's some good teams in it, and we seem to have a little bit of bad luck. We should have beat Real Madrid last year. Casemiro should have been sent off, but you can't say that to United fans.
I've took my son to his first Champions League game, and for Haaland to score 5, what an absolute legend. They say he's maybe joined the wrong club, but hasn't.
Hey, I'm going to see him inside.
You think City can win it this year?
Oh yeah, look at that. They're third in the Bundesliga, and they got demolished.
Brilliant. To be fair, absolutely buzzing for Erling to be here and getting appreciation for all the hard work he's put in. Buzzing.
What about you?
Buzzing. Don't get as much off him, Ian. Sorry, buddy.
Is he the best in Europe at the moment, you think?
Well, the thing is, he's just a unique player, isn't he? The team have had to get used to playing around him and adapting and changing, but it shows like Pep brings out the best. He makes players think differently all the time. You've got like Jack Grealish had a year to adapt and come into the team, and then look at him now, the patience. And we've got players like Calvin Phillips who'll probably do the same. So Haaland's like at that level of absolute top class, but he's still prepared to learn. And the unity with the team, the squad, the club that Pep brings, I think is outstanding. So that's just my opinion.
Easier, a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. What more can you say? Decent, solid performance. Everyone played well, passed the ball well, very quick. On to the next.
What's the difference between that and when City haven't scored and it is free flowing?
I think it's just the confidence when we only score one. When we score the first goal, a lot of times we kind of drop in confidence a little bit, and we seem to struggle to kind of get it back off a little bit. But the last couple of games, obviously, aside from Bournemouth, Crystal Palace, we've gone on and kept up the pressure, and then once we get our second goal, it's pretty much it's just always in the bag, I think.
Is this a Champions League winning team?
I hope so. I think it is definitely this season. I think it's our season. It's got to be.
So what do you make of that then?
It's pretty remarkable, to be honest. There's a sense of nervousness because it's a knockout competition. It's the Champions League, but City turned this place into somewhat of a fortress. I think they've been in great form recently. To score 7 goals is absolutely amazing. So overall, it's great. 7 goals. Kevin De Bruyne scored, and Erling Haaland happened to score 5 goals. So I'm pretty happy with it right now.
We just watched the winners of this year's Champions League.
Well, I wish this was the final, but anything's possible. I think that's going to be a very big statement for people from the outside, and I think a big confidence boost for the players as well. Hopefully it's a favourable draw on Friday, and they want to win it, and they're more than capable. I just hope that they can play something similar to this standard, because when they're like this, they're as good as any team on planet Earth.
Well, after a 7-goal thriller like that and 5 goals from the amazing Erling Haaland, City now will certainly be one of the favourites, even if one or two people before the game didn't think they were to win this Champions League. But of course then that adds the pressure on for whoever City get in the next round, because City will be expected to win, won't they? It's going to be great, this Champions League. In fact, the rest of the season is. There's one more game before the international break, that's Burnley in the FA Cup. I will of course be here talking to people before and after that game, then a 2-week break, and then we really get into the meat of the season. The game against Liverpool, the quarter-finals of the Champions League, and the run into the title, potentially. Wow. Thanks very much to Timpson, to Eamar Development UK, and to RRG Group, supplier of cars of course, and thanks to you for watching. It's great being a Blue. I'm never going to change that opinion, but tonight it's great to be a Blue.